Hi, this is Gary. I graduated from pharmacy school in 1970. I opened my first pharmacy in Amarillo, Texas in 1975. Those pharmacies that I had in Amarillo for 20 years were patient-oriented practices, but they were not along the fields of natural wellness and hormones. They were more in a more traditional practice. And after about 20 years of that, I kind of grew, I won't say tired of it because I still loved the practice, but I was looking for a different approach. I'd seen the pharmaceuticals and how they were just treating symptoms, and I was looking for a different way to practice and stuff. And so I had met my partner, Alan Jolly, several years before, and we'd kept in touch and kind of got interested in maybe working together. He was in the Arlington, Texas area, and we decided that we needed to get out of Texas and get up into Colorado, where maybe there was a little bit more open-mindedness about natural wellness. And so we moved to the Denver area in 1995, opened ITC compounding pharmacy at that time. And that's kind of a funny quick story because ITC stands for Infusion Treatment Centers, and Alan's background was chemotherapy for cancer patients, primarily breast cancer. And we were looking for, to compound chemotherapy agents and actually sell them to the physicians' offices for them to use in their practice. And we did that for a little while, but as we started developing that, we started really looking at the more natural approach and maybe finding ways to maybe prevent more than to treat after the fact. So that was kind of our beginning. So we changed our name from Infusion Treatment Centers to ITC Compounding and Natural Wellness Pharmacy in 1999 and started developing a practice where we were actually balancing patients' hormones and that. And to learn how to do that, Alan and I have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours at functional endocrinology symposiums and natural wellness symposiums and such with some of the leading experts on the subject in the country. And we've spent excessive amount of time trying to grasp and understand how you balance a patient's hormones. And as we found we're trying to balance their hormones, we found out that we also had to balance their lifestyle and such. So we spent from 99 in 2000, we were actually in the Denver area, and then we moved down to Castle Rock, Colorado, and opened a 1,500 square foot compounding only pharmacy, continuation of ITC, and worked with patients for about 3 years there. Our business grew so rapidly that we had to expand, so we moved to a 3,000 square foot facility in 2000, and by 2003 we were at 9,000 square feet. And all of that happened because we figured out how to help patients. And most of our advertising has always been word of mouth, and we've had a great and very successful treatment plan for helping patients. And that treatment plan involves a lot of effort on the patient's part from our guidance and our protocols, but it does require that patient to work to get healthy. And we help them do that by giving them good protocols to follow with nutritional supplements and hormone balancing. And when we talk about hormone balancing, so many people try to treat hot flashes by just giving the patient estrogen. And in 75–80% of the cases, it's not lack of estrogen that's causing the hot flashes, but it's stress and low thyroid function and not enough progesterone, and there's a symphony there. All those hormones talk to each other, and it's very critical that you balance the hormone system. And so we learned that. We started out doing primarily estrogen, progesterone. We realized that, hey, we're helping patients, but we're not getting them where we need to be. So we learned that the adrenal gland, the hormone that's called cortisol, is the most important hormone in the body. And so we learned that we had to go to work and try to help that patient get their stress under control so that the cortisol didn't disrupt the treatment plan we were doing with the sex hormones. And very shortly after that, we said, okay, patients are doing a lot better with by adding the adrenal support to the sex hormone balancing. but it's still not quite getting them where we need to. They're still tired and fatigued in a lot of cases, and that's when we started looking at thyroid function. And we don't look at, we don't treat traditional thyroid disease or anything because we're pharmacists and not physicians, even though we have a lot of physicians that we work very closely with, some of who are very prominent in the BHRT world all over the country. Their names are well known, such as Kent Hotorf, Jacob Teitelbaum, some people like that we worked really closely with over the years and learned a great deal from those doctors who are cutting edge in the natural wellness and bioidentical fields. So we've developed protocols based off of them, and we're not going to get too much into the hormone symphony itself today, the symphony theory itself today, as we are just trying to let you know that, hey, we're here to help patients, we're here to make patients feel better, and we're here to do it in a way that is safe, in a way that a patient can continue to do for the rest of their life. We use very low doses of hormones, and we do them in a much more balanced approach than most practices out there. And we want to share this with the country. We want to share this with patients all over the country. We want to help patients feel better, live longer. And this is, we're not saying this is the fountain of youth, but this, it's been proven that balancing your hormones does help you have a more youthful appearance, and more importantly, you feel better and have more energy and health as you age. And we think that's very important. So that's basically what we're after, is try to help you.